So, today I want to talk about something that is so foundational to really any relationship, but we rarely ever actually talk about it when it comes to business relationships. And that is trust. Trust is the firm belief in the reliability, truth, ability, or strength of someone or something. But it doesn't come easily. Most of us can trust in a very basic sense that someone we've just met or are just working with isn't going to intentionally do something to harm us. We extend that very basic level of trust to them, but that deep rooted, what we would actually call trust, is earned over time. I mean, you wouldn't give your keys or your wallet to somebody you just met, right? You don't just instantly trust them with things that are personal or important to you, your career included. Insert trust. We need trust in any relationship because it is what creates this sense of dependability that that person is going to come through for us, that they're going to do what's best for us and them and the organization or the goals or our customers or whatever objective we have. That being said, we don't often think about how we can help ourselves or our teams build trust in those business relationships. Let me explain that in a different way. We build trust with customers when we give them a promise to deliver something, right? They pay us and they trust that we are going to deliver for them what it is they need, whatever we promised. And if we do deliver, then we increase or continue to build our trust, right? If we've never interacted with those customers before, if they're brand new to our company, whether we're an employee or whether it is our own company, they may take a chance on us, right? Because we have something they need. And so they're sort of testing the waters and they're like, we'll pay you, but we're going to wait and see how this turns out before we give you more business. It's kind of a trial run. And so if we deliver, then we build that trust. But if we don't deliver, we lose their trust. In fact, if we really don't deliver, we may never get their business again. And it's not just about our customers, right? Like, that's usually a really easy way to see trust in business. But it's not just our customers that we want to build trust with. We want to extend this trust building with our teams, our employees, our bosses. Because the more trust that we build, the better we are able to work together to make everyone feel supported and maybe even boost our sense of accomplishment or happiness when it comes to our work. Because our relationships are so important to how we perceive both the work that we are doing and even ourselves. Because sometimes our relationships can feel like a reflection of us, right? The people that we're choosing to spend time with, the way that we're choosing to spend time with them. And we don't always get to choose the people that we have business relationships with, but we can choose the way we interact with them. I mean, who has dreaded going to work because of their boss or some other person in their office? Show of hands, right? Raise your hand if that could apply to you at one point or another in your career. And that doesn't have to be reflective of your current situation, but if you've ever experienced that moment where you just really didn't want to go to work because of someone, this applies, right? It's probably a lack of trust in the situation, whatever it was. On the other hand, how many of us could raise our hands and say we absolutely loved going to work because of the people that we were working with? We really enjoyed working with them. We trusted them to do their part. And then they also trusted us to do the same, to reciprocate. Because trust is a two-way street, like a lot of things when it comes to person connection. If trust is only one way, it's probably not sustainable. because real trust relies on both parties exhibiting it, creating that support, creating that confidence, creating that reliability between the two people or two groups. And so the question that we often have is, if we don't talk about trust when it comes to business relationships, and sometimes we have it and sometimes we don't, and it takes time to build it, what can we do to create that long lasting trust, right? That deep rooted trust. And there's not a simple answer to that question because every relationship is different. Every set of people have different experiences, shared, ideas and interests that make building trust a little bit different. But there are some things that we can do to help it along. And one of those is being dependable. Showing up and doing what we say we're going to do, not leaving people to pick up the pieces or to cover for us unnecessarily or without notice. And in doing that, we are able to help build that trust without really trying, without dedicating any extra effort or trying to force it along. Because doing those things generally just fall under us being a good boss or a good employee or a good business owner. Because if we think about what we want, what everybody wants to work with, the type of people that anyone wants to work with is someone who is reliable and dependable, which happen to be facets of trust. And just reinforcing those concepts help us build that trust. So if you're struggling with trust in your business relationships, whether it's with your boss or your teammates or employees or your customers, take a look at what you're saying that you'll do or that you're promising and then not following through on, because that is probably the biggest breach of trust, the biggest setback that we have in building these business relationships. And if you do it enough, or if you do it to a great enough extent, it can be very difficult to come back from. So we do ourselves a favor by building that trust from the beginning and continuing to reinforce our trustworthiness. If you're still looking for some more help building trust with your teams, especially working remotely, then go ahead and check out the link below to my free resource. It's a video training, really short and simple, and it gets straight to the point on the importance of building trust and what we can do to build trust, especially when we're managing people and teams remotely. So go ahead and check that out in the link below. And for this week, I would love for you to take a look at your business relationship, the closest one to you. So if you're an employee, look at your boss or your teammates. If you're a boss, let's look at your support people. And if you're a business owner, either your employees or maybe your customers, depending on how your business is doing. And when you look at these relationships, see if you can pinpoint how well your trust building is going. You may think that it's great, that you're doing an amazing job building that trust, but taking a look at your relationships will make it very clear. Because if the other person or group of people are not reciprocating that trust, odds are you aren't doing as well as you think you are. And you could do better. And once you know, then you can work on fixing it because trust is the foundation of all relationships. And that makes it a core foundation to a good business or a successful career. All right, that's all I have for today. So until next time, keep designing your happiness. Hey there, friend. I believe that in life and in business, your mindset is the most likely thing to hold you back. So, we're going to be here every week working it out so you can move closer to that life you've only been dreaming about until now. I'll see you back here for our next episode. And if you're loving what you're hearing, please take a minute to leave a review. All right, I'll see you next time.